Hi guys. This is gonna be the most important message that I have done so far. I'm gonna start with stating my intentions. I intend to get better and better, and to harness this heart to my life more than ever. I want to say thanks. Thank you, universe. Thank you, Prem. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, angels. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you, ascended masters of all realms. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, higher self. Thank you, guardian angels. Thank you, spirit guides. Thank you, spirit team. Thank you, hands. Thank you, heart. Thank you, body. Thank you, mind. And thank you, Tim. And thank you, universe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Champions, I need your help. More than ever. Update on the last 24 hours or so, or less. After I did the message yesterday, more magic memories that no one watched. I got a message from a friend saying, we're going out. Do you want to come out? And I was a bit like, oh crikey, this particular group of friends, it's gonna be fun, shall we say. So I was compelled, against or with my better judgment, time will tell. So I went out with really good friends, Frodo, JR and Jay. And it was brilliant, so just after I did this message, I didn't even have time to upload it, I uploaded it later. They picked me up and we went off, picked up JR and went off to a house that Jay is building, that Frodo and Jay are building. And it's a beautiful house. So we started there and had a few beers, as you do. We then went off after an hour or 2 or 3 down into King Sand and Coarse Sand. And it was hilarious because Fro and Jay were a bit further on than me and JR, shall we say. And they're just bimbling through, chatting with everyone. It was like herding cats. They're chatting, of course they know bloody everyone. So it's like, it's just like, oh, come on, we're supposed to be going. We were hungry. That was the problem, hadn't eaten. So it was like, come on, let's get going. And then of course there's a few pubs in King Sand and then Coarse Sand. They're joined villages. Really beautiful. And so we got through with the intention of getting to the Rising Sun, where a good friend works, and a nice bunch. A really good friend, Andrew Trapman, that I've known, crikey, since we were kids, again, up on the cliffs. He was a cliff dweller for some time. We finally stop in another pub and It's like, oh, come on, I want to go there. We've got cheesy chips. They do these cheesy chips. And it was like, that's all I was thinking. I want cheesy chips. Because you need that in your belly. We finally got there. The kitchen was closed. Classic. So, a liquid dinner, shall we say. We were sat outside the front of the pub. And there's people happening, and we're, Frodo was a little bit wobbly by then, so we were just sitting down and safer. Champions, I don't know what happened next. We just sat there, and some people, these 3 ladies come, and at the back of this group was one lady, and my eyes locked with her for just a second, and anyway, they went in the pub, but they seemed to know John, JR, and Jay. And Jay, before you know it, had disappeared. And we were like, where's Jay gone? And we were like eating crisps for dinner. And I went off to look for Jay at one point. Like, where are you? We were thinking of going and trying to get an Indian takeaway. We've got to eat here, guys. And where's Jay gone? Where's Jay gone? The guys had said, oh, he'll be chatting to someone else. I went through to the back of the pub, looking for Jay. Found him sat in where I would have normally always sat. That's the only place I've normally sat, in the very seat that someone else was sat in. And I went there. There's Jay, talking to a lady, the lady that I'd locked eyes with. Guys, I don't know what happened to me. Anyway, I'm stood right there with them and saying, oh, where have you been, Jay? We're sat out here, what are you doing? And, and then this lady's smiling away at me. I sort of went off to the toilet, came back, and suddenly there's a conversation going on that this lady's asking Jay if she knows a tiler. I said, I can do some tiling. Before I know it, I'm talking to this lady and I'm looking at her. And she was stunning. She was stunning. She is. What part of me didn't know it was you? Champions, I stood within a foot or two and talked to the person I've been looking for years. I'm beyond shame and fear. If I'm wrong here, then I'm just wrong. But if I'm right, and every single cell in my body knows I'm right, I was with Emma. She is here. I was aware where the guys are at the front. We're trying to decide, are we getting an Indian takeaway and a taxi back to Millbrook, and we'll need to eat. And I said, yeah, I'll do the tiling, and had a little chat, and she's talking away, but looking at me and smiling, that face, how did I not fucking know? Every cell knows this is true. My heart knows this is true. And there's no way I'm letting this go. I've been told all along I can't do anything to get this dream. But the dream was right next to me. Champions, I need all your help now. I need courage, because there are things I can do. was with her. I was with Emma, talking to her. And Jay knows her. He must have her number. Basically, we got back, we didn't get any food. I managed to get a taxi. She left the pub, and I sort of just was aware of her leaving without catching her eye again. What stupid part of me could not see what was right in front of me? Are you a shapeshifter, Emma? What happened? How did you do that? I know it was you. I know it was. Which means I'm talking to you now and you're here. Emma, you're here. I'm not desperate. I'm insane. You're here. Please don't go anywhere. That wasn't a mistake. The universe said that is how it had to happen so that I can do this message. So don't you go anywhere. I know I can find you now. Or you can find me. I'm going to go swimming this afternoon up on Whitsands. I'm going out with a friend Aaron tonight. He knows where we're going, I don't. We're going for a walk and a cocktail, he said. I'm here. I'm right here. You're right here. I know you are. You need a tiling job. I'd do a bit of tiling for you. Kind of threw me off, that. What is happening here? The universe? Playful? No, this isn't playful. This is beyond playful. Which I knew you would be, but this is too much. We got back to Jay's house. We're desperate for some food. We got back to Jay's house. He did us cheesy chips. We had cheesy chips, and we really enjoyed that. The chip buddy and everything. And then at one point I was like, Jay, who was that lady you were talking to? And every time I asked them, they all went a bit like, this is beyond playful, guys. You were there. And that's what I asked. And then they go, and this has happened to me before, where people are not saying what they know, keeping me in this endless bloody riddle. Well, riddle's over. I saw you. How didn't I know it was you? Your face, your eyes, right there. And you said something that kind of just threw me off. I can't. And I left Jay's, we all went away, I don't know what time, and I sat on a bench and I was just like, that was you. I came back, went to sleep, got up with an utter certainty that I was just with you, Emma. I know I was. And I don't care. Shame if you're happy on it. I know. Like I say, if I'm wrong, then I'm still in the riddle. And what's changed? What's changed? I'm still feeling more than ever that understanding growing, the connection to the divine growing, connection to the infinite growing. That's happening anyway. But that was you, Emma. I've just woken up this morning and just been like, no way. And I'm like utterly certain. This joy trying to bubble up and just go, she's here. And this, the eyelid trying to close and say, oh, What, you missed it again, and she's just going to fly off and go, ah, Tim, and everyone's just going to, ah, Tim, you blew it again. No fucking way. You're here. Which means I'm talking to you. I feel those butterflies, you know? And if I'm wrong, it's just another crazy message to the invisible people. And I'm just wrong. And I'll work through that again. You get your hopes up over and over and over. Not this time, darling. That was you. Everything in me is saying it was you. My intuition is screaming. Every cell is screaming that was you. And I'm being told to follow my intuition, and it's not hard here. So champions, I need you to send me love and courage now, because there must be things that I can do, as simple as a couple of phone calls, surely. And hey, Em, if you wanted that tiling job, I'd have to see it to see if I was interested, you know. I only want to do good stuff. Don't want to, you know, so I'd have to come and see it, wouldn't I? So I'll make a couple of phone calls, because it's just a job, yeah? But if that's you, don't go anywhere. I beg you now. I'm begging. I'm not on my knees, I'm on my arse. Don't go anywhere. My love, don't go anywhere. I didn't miss you, I saw you. It was you. This is a whole setup. It's like being in a play and everyone could just turn around and go, look, here he is, finally. He's woken up and look around, and like that dream I had when I met the earth. Next to the font, the double font of water, the ever-flowing font. I put my arm in. And then I looked around and suddenly people knew me. And she called me the silly king. And it gave me a feeling of that coming home. The acknowledgement, or no, it's just coming home. I want to come home now. Like I said in the thing yesterday, there's a hide and seek with the heart giggling more and more as you get closer. I feel like that's what's happening. My friends, they know stuff that they're not. How on earth? I mean, the infinite can do everything, anything, yeah? This is incredible. And like I say, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, then we're so close now. And I've got to tell you, I've got a feeling in every cell of my being that the universe says this is a good time. This is a divine time. And the timing's here, the timing's now. I'm more ready than ever to talk to you, to meet you. I can be a good guy. I just want to talk to you. I mean, crikey. Just need to talk to you. And I did. And I didn't know it was you. I was just like the other times I saw you at the hotel years ago after the show and you came up. And I was just like, who is this movie star woman looking and talking at me? And you were saying, you know, something about, oh yeah, you'd seen me last year and stuff. And it's, I don't know if that was juggling at that hotel. Or was it at Canal Beach when I saw you surfing for the second time? And my board was all in pieces, and you said, after that hotel, I mean, I lost my job right after that. His whole flipping hoo-ha went up. Thought I was stealing my own kid, right next to where bloody Maddie went missing. I lost the whole job. And I always knew it really hit me. I was on a high at that point, and that pulled the rug, losing that job. I loved that job at that hotel. It's my favourite ever job. It really was. It went so well. It was so windy all the time. But we did 40 straight jobs, something one year at that job. And it was like windy and crazy. But I remember this parent coming up, his father, and he says, I've watched you. We were here for 2 weeks. We were there twice a week. And this parent came up and he said, I've watched this 3 times or 4 times on their holiday. And he says, my kid won't let us miss it. And he says it gets more and more fun the windier it gets, watching you trying to keep things in the air. I mean, the things, throw the Diablo up in the air, it was like, gone. The knives were all over the shop. It was, but the connection with the people on that job, it was magical. And now I know why. Because the whole thing was magical. It was part of this story that we're in now. And I guess always will be. And I always knew there was more to that, losing that job, that it was something going on. And then since, I've understood very clearly that there was a lot going on. But each time I've seen you and not seen you, you were a shapeshifter or something. You how didn't I know it was you last night? I could have just turned and gone, what's your name? But what am I, shy? Hesitant? Just cannot believe that you're ever going to be in front of me? So that when you finally were, I didn't connect the dots. Well, courage, champions. I need courage. I need a lot of it. And I've got a few things to do today, but I'm going to make a couple of phone calls and see if I can get a tiling job. I mean, that's just practical, isn't it? You know, I need some work. I might get paid a bit more than I do for what I'm doing. That would help. Emma, I know it was you. Which means you are seriously playful here. Which means this is a very big show, isn't it? I mean, how does this all happen? What a laugh. You must all be having... It's like... I'm thinking get better and better to be your higher self. Or is it literally, I have a higher self? A being that is just having the biggest laugh ever. Knowing everything that I'm going to do, have done and will do. I mean, what is this? This is beyond sci-fi. This is beyond human understanding. This is quantum living. It's like, this is what? Time's nothing now? Everything's nothing. It's all an illusion. And I'm going to end up, I pray, seeing you, seeing me. I mean, what's happening here? That was the greatest... I mean, seeing you for the first time was a catalyst. But what was that? I mean, what upgrades are taking place here? These last few days, this full moon, what's going on here? But I don't care. I want to stay in this present moment, knowing that you exist, and knowing that I saw you, I stood next to you. I could have touched you. You're there. If I'm wrong, well, yeah, this will just be another lost tape, shall we say. Another film for no one, but I don't care. I've said enough crazy stuff. This isn't any more crazy. This is more beautiful than anything that has ever happened to me. I feel ready to explode. The way you looked, your smile, you've been so... How didn't I bloody know it was you? What other woman's going to talk to me like that and be all smiling and lovely like you were at the party years ago? How the bloody hell didn't I just realise? I had a few beers, I guess. I want this to be my most magical memory. This, seeing you last night, I don't care about what's true, what's false, I don't care anymore. That has now become my most magic memory. I was united with you. I didn't realise it, but I do now. So reunion has and is happening, which fills me with joy, which fills me with hope, with love, with gratitude, and fuck it, it's the bee's knees, man. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Just last night, just since doing that last More Magic Memories, this is more and more magic memories. This is the most magical memory. And I don't care if I'm wrong. It still feels magical. You're here. You're right here somewhere. And I got friends that must know you. JR knew one of the other women from a job or something. I can ask him. Jay was talking to you for ages. How on earth? Why didn't I sit down and start talking? What's wrong with me, man? Open up. Opening up now. That's it. I ain't letting another opportunity like that go by. I said I'd see you. And one of the other things I said, I'd know you even if you had a flipping warts and a false nose and stuff. And there you were. No warts, no false nose. You. And I didn't know you. How is that even possible? I was certain I know you immediately. I think I'm only dealing with when I'm walking around in this world, I'm only dealing with 3% of my faculties. Every other part of me knew it was you. But this so-called conscious Tim is a plonker. It was you. I'm going to find you now. Oh, there are a couple of things I can do. I get a disappointment. You get hesitant and go, you don't want to build up your hopes and get disappointed. But this is beyond building up hopes. You've built up my heart. My heart's still whispering, but every cell of me is screaming. the most magic memory. In the pub, the rising sun. That's a good one as well. It was you. Where are you? You're right here somewhere. Hope you're having a nice time. The weather is fantastic, isn't it? And we can talk about other stuff. I've got loads of memories to share with you. But for today, champions, pray for alignment for us all, harmony, understanding, awareness, compassion, all the good stuff out today. Send all the good stuff to everyone. To everyone. Let's line this up. Come on. Oh. Once more, I just want to say thank you. Thank you, universe. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Emma. Because you're here